All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of the Performer Cigar Garage Talks. Not sure when this one's going out, but when I am, it is still kind of, sort of, technically summer. Summer's quite waning. It's getting dark outside. It's getting cold outside. So we're shooting them indoors, back in the garage. What are we smoking? What are we drinking tonight? Oh, there we go. The Aganor Sia. Wow, Agornacia leaf. Sorry, butchered the name. Nicaraguan wrapper on this cigar. Pretty good. Nice box press. Got a good draw on it. Really enjoying the cigar. All right. We've had this one before, but it's good. Nutter Your Business. Peanut Butter Stout. It's time for the good old stouts. You have to forgive me, I didn't drink my water, apparently. And I've had this one before. It's pretty decent. Take a look at it here. Beautiful. Nice, dark, if I remember correctly. It's good peanut butter flavor. Yep. Creamy, tasty, and it's back. The chocolate pudding bread. If I could only make this a staple, but unfortunately the lady who makes it will be stopped making it for the summer. So sad. So very sad. So, what are we talking about tonight? Video games, and more video games. As you may or may not know, I'm a bit of a video game nut. I'm addicted to buying, playing, talking about, thinking, strategizing. Love video games. And now that I'm an adult, of course, and have the money to buy video games, I have a large stockpile of video games that I own. I really, really want to play, but will probably never get around to playing. I know, sad, big tears, like you mean it. So is being an adult. Tons of video games that I have. A lot of them are because I can't play them with the ages of children that I have around the house. Whether it's violence, promiscuity, a lot of vulgarity. I don't want some of my younger children to be around those video games. Well, we have our exchange student, and he was kind of talking about how he is very much into video games, but in Brazil, it is very hard to get the systems, to afford the systems, to pay for this stuff. So he was talking about, we said, well, we love video games. He's trying out some of our newer systems, but he really says that his favorite system and favorite games have been on the PS2. And I do have a PS2, so he was feeling a little homesick, and we decided to hook it up for him. Hooked up the PS2. My kids are quite intrigued. I talked about some of the old video games I used to play. It turns out we have quite a few of his favorite video games. Made him feel right at home. And but what I noticed is some of my video game fanatic children, Swedish Compass being the main one, wanted to kind of go retro. Start playing some of these older games. I played a couple just to wet my whistle. Played some Vice City. The OG Vice City before it was remastered. And oh my God, was that tough to see those old graphics. I could barely contain my frustration. My eyes went cross. It was really hard to play. I kind of got a good chuckle out of that, actually, that it was so hard to play that game. When I remember that was like the pinnacle of graphics and the pinnacle of gameplay. A true sandbox game that lets you go anywhere, do anything. But the graphics at the time were great. Now they suck really, really bad. The random polygons shoved together that you kind of have to guess. What is this picture of, right? I enjoyed it though. Kind of got some nostalgia playing it. But it's interesting seeing my kids play these older systems, these older games, especially the ones where the graphics are atrocious. The handling of the controllers is atrocious. It reminded me of an interesting conversation I had when I first had a kid, and I forget who I was talking to, said they wanted to buy all my old systems. And at that time, they weren't old. And I kind of said, no, I was going to hang on to them and kind of let them play up. Start them off with a Nintendo, let them play up through the PlayStation, go to PS3, and then once they were, 16, 17, or 14 to 16 years old, let them finally see the pinnacle of gaming. Well, it didn't happen. My kids, pretty much, as soon as they're able to play, they were playing whatever the system was Dad could afford. Now, mind you, I was working as a paramedic full time. I couldn't afford the latest and greatest, but I definitely tried. We kept up as best we could with the technology. And it's interesting that they do kind of have this fascination to these older games, especially Swedish Compass, who wants to get into video game design, is very enamored by these old games, the designs, the graphics, the stories, the controller base. She's kind of like a kid in a candy store. She wants to play. I probably have 50 PS1, PS2 games. She wants to play them all. Wants to even get some other ones. See what the original Final Fantasies were like. See what or some other ones. She really wants to play the Grand Theft Auto games. She wants to play the Hitman games. Because I told her those are the ones that really got me into gaming was Hitman. Another type of sandbox. You still had a mission, but how you completed it was really up to you. So she is really excited to play those. My other children, younger ones, kind of like some of the simpler graphics. They don't get as lost. Plus the controllers are usually a lot simpler. Forwards, backwards, jump, block, run, stuff like that. So it's interesting. I'm glad I did get it hooked up and set up so that my kids can see what it was like, see what these games are and kind of get some experience playing them. The frustration, of course, is the PS2 did not have a home screen. They're used to any PlayStation having a home screen that you had to go to before you shut it down. So it kind of throws them for a loop that they can just shut it off. They're also learning about memory cards. Old school PS2 memory cards. Where you just stick the memory card in and you had to check to see, did you have enough memory to save that game? What game would you delete? Because those memory cards sometimes are hard to find. And if you could find them, they were pricey to get the memory cards. So I only had like 2 or 3. I think one someone gave me because they switched to the Xbox. So they gave me one of their memory cards. So pretty cool. It's a neat thing to see and to experience with my children. I'm really proud of them that they're able to try this out, and it's good. Like I said, I'm having a good time with, again, some nostalgia from some of the games. I'm hunting down my brother here soon. I'm sure he stole more than one of my video games. Never gave them back. So just so you know, you're on warning. I'm coming for you. I'm going to get my video game back. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see which ones he has. I may have just misplaced him during the multiple moves. More than likely, I probably loaned him out to someone and just totally forgot about it. But time will tell. See if we can find him. And have some fun with it. Some of those older, more basic video games. I was kind of tempted to play through the systems, play all the Hitman games from the OG computer game that got me started. Work my way all the way up to the...
All right, games. Let's find one to play.
Computer.
One of the...
End. You'll never guess what the code word is for our Alexas. Worked my way all the way up to the PS4 video game console system. And then maybe we're talking about getting the PS5 for the kids this Christmas. Fingers crossed. I can play right into that one. So we'll see. Still neat to find those old games and play them and whatnot and have some fun with them. Keep you up to date on that. Maybe I'll do a little series, a little gameplay series through the years of Hitman. Put some highlight reels for my gameplay. But we'll see. Time will tell. Anyway, I hope you were, maybe you can crack open one of your old video game systems or one of your old gaming consoles or even just an old-fashioned board game and relive those old days of carefree gaming that my kids are kind of experiencing now and kind of reconnect to that sense of wonder with a video game. Get lost in the story, get frustrated with the game control, and wonder how many times what cheats you can find. That is one interesting thing. Quick note before I sign off. There are a lot of cheat codes for old games, and I don't know if there's really that many for, post PS3. PS3 and higher, I don't know if there's a ton of cheat codes. I don't think so. I'm not finding them. Anyhow, I digress. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're staying safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one.